Hello guys, today I thought of recording my trading, like my live trading. I thought of recording it today so I can share it with everyone regarding my views and how I trade. So basically, I got a suggestion from Hari today to short side, to take a sell side on the Nifty July futures. So you can see here right in my screen. So I'm trying to place an order in the Nifty July futures. So I'm just taking one lot. So the price you can see here, 10,275. I'm planning for the taking the short side. So it's just a simple limit order. So as from the past 2 to 3 days, like we can see the market is a little bit tricky. Like market is it's a little bit tough these days actually. So I just changed my. So the price you can see here, 10,280 is the price I entered, 10,280. Okay, so the sell side, the order is there, and as I told, it's a simple limit order. So for the stop loss and target, I have to set a separate order, right? So the order is complete. You can see here. Yeah, now I am going to set my stop loss order here. So I'll be taking a buy side order, right? So for that, I have to check the levels, right? So where I am able to find a level zone, where I can set the stop loss, right? So a range wherein maximum it may fluctuate. So I'm setting a buy order. So it's a simple market order. So 10,300 is the point where I'm keeping the stop loss 10,300 and my entry was at 10,280. Okay, so 20 points. Yeah. So regarding that, I'll show you like why I kept it there. So you can see the red candle over there. So yeah. So have a look at the orders. Like you can see the buy and sell orders. The entry which we took at 10,280 and the other one 10,300. The one for stop loss. Okay. So I'm here to take a risk of 20 points. At least I have to take that because the market is fluctuating. So like the market is volatile, so it may fluctuate up to there. Send it. So I'll be showing you the level like where I set the stop loss. Okay, so you can see there. So they in this case I'm keeping in the the mid of the, like you can see, either I can keep at 10,290 or like that levels, but that will be very short. Like in a volatile market, it definitely will touch that point, and sometimes it may come back to our entry point. So that's a big issue. Like sometimes my SL will get like my stop loss will get hit like very quickly. So therefore I have to keep it at the next zone. Like next zone might be sometimes in the 10,000, like 10,000 230 will be something much better. I mean 10,300 would be much better. Okay, like if I'm taking above that means like then my risk will be very much higher. Like I'm not able to afford that much risk. Like I'm not that much aggressive. Like I'm not interested for that. Like for me, I'm not interested to take such risky trades. Okay, so maximum I'm here to take a 20 points risk. Okay, and the first target I am looking for will be also 20 points down. Like the first target, you can see the horizontal line, that is 10,000 260. Okay, 10,260 is the point where I am checking for the first target. The reason is there, like it is the day's low, and so probably maximum it may come to the day's low, and sometimes it may retrace back. So in that case, one drawback of the this when I'm keeping this 10,260 is it's a 1:1 ratio coming in that. So it is like we don't usually take like 1:1 ratios, right? We usually take minimum 1:2 or like 1:3 trades, right? So in this case, like my risk and rewards will be 20 points in case of first target, while the second target I'm looking for, you can see the next line, 10,000 to 25. Send it, because there also it's a, you can say it's a good level zone, right? A support zone. Okay, so regarding the stop loss, as I earlier told, I'm keeping it at 10,000. You're able to see it, right? I hope you're able to understand. Regarding the stop loss, I'm keeping at 10,300. Okay, my first target will be at 10,260. Okay, so you can see both the lines, and the second target will be, you can see the next line down there. Okay, as I told, like markets are a little bit risky or a little bit tricky, so like we may expect some kind of fluctuations too. So I usually try to concentrate on some like target and target to like I try to figure out that like we should have some primary target. Like sometimes the secondary target may not be possible in a volatile market, so we will have to like exit with the first target itself. So we will have some like, there should be like two plans must be there, like a T1 and T2 should be there. So setting your stop loss and setting your target one and target two, it depends a lot on your, like where you're setting the levels, and it's a lot of your logical thinking also. Like if you're just keeping it at the level zone, like sometimes it may just touch it, your hit your stop loss and come back. So you may keep it a little above than the resistance. Like in this case, like if you are keeping a resistance, if you're checking a resistance at somewhat like 292 or 290 somewhat, like it may hit my stop loss and it may retrace back. So that's why I'm keeping it at 10,300. Okay, not at 10,290. Like I kept the stop loss at 10,300. Okay, and regarding the target, as I told, I'm keeping at the day's low, so that's why it came up to 10,260. And regarding the time frame and all, it's just a 5 minute time frame. I usually stick with that only, like 5 minute time frame. Like it seems to be like I'm pretty comfortable with it, so it's well and fine. Another major issue coming these days is like the gap up and gap down. Like if we are like most of us are able to pick stocks like in the previous day based on like levels or like golden strategy, we are able to pick the stocks like in previous day in case of equity and all. But what happens is like when gap up or gap down comes, and like our calculations may like have to be adjusted accordingly, and like our plans may change a little bit. And as I told, like these months, like these past few weeks, we can say market is a little bit tough, that's to be frank. Okay, yes, so we are getting some good move there, so probably it may go to our first target probably. Let's see. So as I told, 10,260 is my first target. Yes, that's some pretty good move we are seeing there. Yes. Can see a good moving side of the sellers. Yes. Yes, it's nearing like to where my I have calculated. I just have thought where is my first target, that is 10,260, and it's nearing up to that. So yes, like my calculation on for the first target is almost done. Yes, it has crossed that point. Okay, so now I'm planning to trail my stop loss because my first target has reached. So what I'm going to do is like as I told, I'm not interested to take huge risk in this trade. So I'm going to trail my stop loss. So now you can see like how to trail the stop loss. So 10,300 was my earlier stop loss. Now I'm modifying it to 10,278. Okay, so again I'm repeating, 10,300 was my first stop loss. Now I'm modifying it as my as our like as our entry has been as our order has reached to the first target. Now I'm going to trail my stop loss. Now I'm going to reduce my risk to 10,278. Okay, so the advantage is like the loss I'm going to or the risk I'm going to take in this trade has reduced, isn't it? Yes, it's still in our first target region. As I earlier told, like I'm not interested to go for like 1:1 trades, so that's why I'm not exiting here. Like the problem with like most of the beginners or like amateurs in trading is like they exit very early. So again, I'm just modifying the stop loss to 10,276. So the stop loss will be 10,276. Okay. So the agenda of like a good trader or like this is not to get like 100% accuracy. You know that's not possible. Like even if you're getting like 50% or 60% winning accuracy, if you are maintaining a 1:2 risk to reward ratio perfectly in all trades, then definitely you are profitable. You are net profitable at the end of the month or at the end of the week. So that is the advantage. Okay, like most of the beginners, what they do is like in case of stop loss, they will wait till the stop loss to hit or till the point where they set the stop loss, they will wait for that. While in case of whenever they are seeing a green, like whenever they are seeing okay 10 rupee or 50 rupee profits, that time itself they are exiting. Like never do that. Like stick with your risk to reward, stick with your plan. That's the basic goal. Okay, stick with your plan. Go for trades having like 1:2 minimum. Like 1:2 should be the minimum risk to reward ratio you should be looking, because you will be only going to get like 60% or maximum 70% accuracy in the long run. Okay, in the long run that will be the only thing you are going to get, like maximum like 70% accuracy you will be getting. So only if you're maintaining a good risk to reward ratio, you will be able to get some good returns from the market in the long run. Okay, so I have trailed my stop loss. So the final point is 10,276. Okay, don't get confused by all the figures. Like I'm just repeating it just so you will get an understanding to reduce your risk, to minimize your risk appetite. So that's why I'm telling it. Okay, so the final modification I'm making here, 10,272 is what I have entered now. 10,272. Okay, so now what have happened? So I will not exit in loss. That is the main point. I will not be exiting in loss. So in this trade, I will not be exiting in loss. Like my risk is zero now. Like because my I have traded my stop loss to the my entry point itself. Like I have brought back to that zone. So I'll not. So there is no loss or there is no risk I'm going to bear in this. Like I have, because we got a good move. Like not a big move. Like not up to like my second target, but still I got some pretty decent move. So that time I'm trailing my stop loss and I'm reducing my risk. Okay. So from our first target we are not able to see a big move, right? Like the second target seems to be pretty much difficult. Oh yeah, it's getting reversed. So like getting the second target seems to be a tough aim this time, I think so. Let's see. Even though it's not a big deal, because as I told, in this case, like my primary aim is not to earn a huge return in the stock market. My primary aim is to not to suffer any loss. That's done. Like that case is done, because I have trailed the stop loss perfectly. I was able to do, luckily I was able to do that. And so in this case, even if it goes back to our point, like no issues, we will be exiting in some small profits. Okay, complete. Oh yes, yes, the order is complete. Okay, okay, so the trading stop loss have triggered. Yes, yes, see, it's again going upside. Oh yes, it's going upside. So now you can understand like what is the role of trailing stop loss here, how it's helping us, isn't it? So you can see 600 rupees profit even after hitting my stop loss. Okay, 600 rupees profit. So that is the advantage of trailing stop loss. Okay, so complete. Yeah, yes, both the orders are complete. Okay, there are no pending orders, so check that once again. So you can see 10,272 was the trailed stop loss that got hit, and 10,280 was my entry point. So I got around like, yeah, 8 points more. So you can see like it may retrace back. So let's see what happens now. So trailing stop loss is a thing like every trader should like apply it in your trades. Like most of the people know, have heard about the term, or like knows it well, but very few people apply it. Like they stick to their normal stop loss or target what they thought like before entering the trade. Like people just like calculate a stop loss and a target, and they stick to the plan. Like sometimes we have to modify it according to the changes happening. So here I got an opportunity, like the it went up to my target one. Okay, so that's why I just utilized it. That's what it happened. Okay, so rather than exiting at your target one, which was just 1:1, think about better plans. Like here when I did the trailing stop loss high, like if it went down to my target 2, then definitely it will be a perfect trade. Right now it's not a good trade and all. Like see, I'm not telling it's a very good trade and all, but here it's a, I think it's a good example how to minimize your risk. This would be a good example on minimizing your risk. So it's going back. Yeah, so that was a good decision, I think so. Trailing stop loss was a good decision. Yes. See, these fluctuations are very common these days. So like no, nothing to like wonder about it. Like it's very common. Like if you're trading regularly or if you're analyzing regularly these days, like these fluctuations are very common. So we should have plans to minimize risk. That should be the primary objective these days, isn't it? If you are a person like who is an aggressive trader or ready to take some good risk in a day, then it's well and fine. But most of the cases, like it's in my case, like in my personal case, like I'm not interested to take a huge risk in a trade, especially these days. I'm not interested. Yeah. Oh my god. So it's almost going back to where we ended, like it's going back. Oh. Let's see how it moves. So I hope all of you got a clear understanding on how I took the trades and how I did the trailing stop loss to mitigate my risk. I hope all of you got an idea, right? So trailing stop loss is not a big deal. That's the first thing I want to tell you. Like first I did the short selling, like that was a symbol, no, that was a SL limit order. Okay, that was a simple SL limit order. Then I set stop loss. I took a buy order. That is also a simple market order. I took it. And regarding the stop loss which I set first, I was 10,300. I just modified it. That's the only thing I did. Or else you can set a different buy order. That is also possible. In that case, you have to cancel the first stop loss you have to cancel it out. Or else what happens if the price again goes up? Then it becomes a buy side, isn't it? So don't do that. Like check what are your pending orders. Always check it. Like most of the beginners, like it happens a lot. Like pending orders will be there. Like they might not see it. Like that's the issue coming. Okay. So it's not a big deal. Like trailing stop loss is. I hope like you are able to understand it, and you will be practicing it. That's what we're going to help you out. Okay. So you can see, I was lucky enough to exit with at least a profit of rupees 600 at least. Like at least I'm not able to. I didn't have to face any huge loss here because of the trailing stop loss. So just modify your stop loss according to the move you are getting. That's the simple way. Okay. So that was a perfect exit we got because of the modification we did, or else we would have to suffer some huge loss. Okay. So I hope this is very well and clear for this is very clear for everyone, like how did I made this trade and how I made the orders and all. Okay. So that's it. So you can understand like where it's going. So that's it. I hope everything is clear. So check with the orders. Okay. Yeah, I'm just showing like, so these are the orders, like the two orders which I did. Okay. Yeah, just do it here. Okay. So regarding that, like as I was telling, like in the buy order you can just modify it, or you can just cancel it and do it regarding the trailing stop loss. Okay. So try to reduce your risk in this case. As I earlier told, like the volatility these days are pretty high, so you should always try to reduce your risk. Like don't take like aggressive trades these days. Like it might be really risky. And regarding the risk to reward ratio, as I told, try to stick with minimum 1:2. Then only you will be net profitable. Okay, so that's it. I hope everything is clear. So I'm just winding it up. Okay, thank you.